I wanted to talk a few minutes about socialization. It's usually the third topic after like an introduction, culture, and then socialization, which is the way by which we learn culture. To be socialized is to learn the values of society, to learn its folkways, its mores, its values, belief system. It's a way to read. How do we know how to read facial expressions so that we can alter our behavior? This is all socialization, and we don't realize that we learn it. We just learn it. Most of it starts when you're young. Most of it happens while you're young, right? And then as you get older, obviously it decreases. So let's talk about some agents of socialization. The first, and I guess the most obvious one, would be family. Those are the first people that you're exposed to, your parents, right? So they're correcting you. You're learning what you can do. You're learning what you can't do. But eventually you get a little bit older and you go to school. The education system or school is the second agent of socialization. And some people look at school actually as kind of being a remnant of the Industrial Revolution, when people were working in factories, and the current education system that we have is kind of left over from this, or it's been unchanged from then. So if you think about it, you have to line up in these rows, you have to raise your hand before you're going to speak, you wait in this line, you wait in that line, a bell rings, you go out to the play yard, another bell rings, you come back, another bell rings, you go to a class, it's teaching you how to follow instructions and how to follow rules just as much as it's teaching you about reading, writing, or math. But anyway, kind of aside. Education is the second agent of socialization. Third agent of socialization is your peers. So as you get older, teenager, that becomes kind of like the main agent of socialization, right? You're not really listening. You're listening to your parents, but it's not the same. You're not really learning from school as much at this point. It's really your friends. And then fourth is media, right? And by media, we used to mean television. We don't mean that anymore. I mean, it's really social media. We're really picking up a lot of, we're learning how to get by in society, and it's really a whole new thing, right? Because this is not face to face. This is socialization through interacting with a bunch of people that you have very superficial relationships with, and so who knows where this is all going to lead? That's a really exciting field within sociology. So those are four agents of socialization. Are there ever cases where adults are socialized? Yeah. Think about if you go in the military. That's a whole new culture you have to learn. Or if you go to prison, it's a whole new culture. It's a whole new socialization that you have to go through. So we would call that being re-socialized. So anyway, that's just a quick introduction to socialization.